So on this particular project, if you expand skill package and if you open up skill.json, so here it says the language is en-us, and this is the short summary of this particular project, and then there are some example phrases. Similar way, if you click on the interaction model and if you open up en-us.json, this one contains interaction model. It says invocation name is hello world. So if you remember from our previous discussion, our invocation name was Magic Man, which we created on the Alexa skills. And these are some predefined intents, and these are the predefined samples. So here slots are blank. So let me take you back to the Alexa skill that we created earlier. So click on test. So here if you see, we created a intent with the name toggle intent, and then we created a slot as well. So all these things which we have done here in the UI, we need to get it done here in the JSON file. So this is the way we can work with the code, and then we can store this particular piece of code anywhere, either on the Git repository or anywhere else. Now, there is a shortcut since we have already worked on the UI piece. So on the left hand side, just look for the JSON editor. Control A, Control C, copy everything and go back to the en-us.json. So just select all, delete it, paste it. So if you see the invocation name Magic Man and the intent which we created was toggle intent, these are the values for the slots. So type is on off and the name is toggle slot, and then we put some sample phrases which have come here. Please turn, then the toggle slot, the light, and here is the type of the on off, and the values are off and on. So save it and go to the command prompt again. I'm just going to clear the screen and right here run the command ask space deploy. So it will take some time. So once it is done, let's see what happens. Okay, so deployment is done. Now let's go back to the browser and let's see what has happened here on the Alexa developer console. So click on the your skills. So if you see, it has automatically created one Alexa skill with the name Smart Light tutorial here. And if I go inside the Smart Light tutorial, it has automatically created one toggle intent. There is a toggle slot, and if you see under the slot types, there is already a slot with the name on off, and if you click this, you see there are values defined off and on. So basically you do not need to do anything on the UI side. Just by using the ask CLI, you will be able to create your skills on the Alexa developer console. Okay, so now it is safe to delete the test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. Okay, so now we have just Smart Light tutorial. So I want to show you one more thing. On the right hand side, if you see, endpoint is also created. So if you remember earlier, when we did the work manually, we did not create the endpoint. So what is endpoint? So endpoint is nothing but the AWS Lambda function, which it has already created for us, and it has integrated the Lambda function right here. So we don't need to do anything. It will do the Lambda function integration for us. So where is this Lambda function? So again, you don't need to touch it on the UI side, but for your reference, I'm going to show you where the Lambda function is. So as I mentioned earlier, Lambda functions are created on the AWS cloud. So let me go to the cloud. So this one is the cloud. And if I click on the services and if I search on Lambda, so this one is the Lambda. So this one was previously created by me, And this one is the new one, Ask Smart Life Tutorial, default with some number, and this is created 3 minutes ago. So this one is created by the Ask CLI. So you don't need to do anything manually. So everything will be created and integrated for you by the Ask CLI. So now let's have a look at the Lambda function. So just expand Lambda and look for the index.js. So let's understand this. So first one is the launch request handler, and it says welcome, you can say hello. So what exactly is happening here? When I say open Magic Man, so launch request handler will execute and it will reply welcome, you can say hello. So let's test it. So to test it, we need to go to the developer console where our skill is created. So again, just to make sure that you understand the things correctly, I'm just going to click on the Smart Light tutorial. Our invocation name is Magic Man, and I'm going to click on the test from the top menu. Okay, so here development mode is selected, and in case it is not selected for you, you have to select it and you need to give permissions to your mic as well. So here I'm just going to write Magic Man.
There was a problem with the requested skills response. There was a problem with the requested skills response.
Seems like there is some problem. And what is the problem? Okay, so while testing this particular skill, I was facing one problem. I tried to debug where the problem is, and let me share you the details of that particular problem. So to debug the problem, first you need to go to the cloud, and from the services, look for the Lambda. Open up your Lambda function, go to monitoring, just scroll it down, and here you see the recent invocations. So under the log stream, I was facing since I was facing problem. So let's click this one, one of the recent logs. So if I click this one, so it says runtime import module error, cannot find the module, dispatcher error mapper, generic error mapper. So I searched for this particular error. What exactly is this? So what I got to know is it's a kind of bug, and the solution which is given is this one. So I'll share the link of this particular page. So what this solution says is we need to install a particular module on the PowerShell. So all you need to do is you need to copy this particular command and open up your PowerShell. So search for the PowerShell, Windows PowerShell, right click, open it as administrator and install this. So just run this particular command, it will install the required module. In my case, it's already installed, but I'm just gonna do it again. For me, a couple of weeks back when I was working, I did not encounter this problem. But yeah, if you face, install it. Just exit, and after that, all you need to do is go back to your command prompt and run deploy again. So you need to say ask deploy. Again, one very important thing, when you are using the Ask CLI, please make sure to do the work only through the code editor, which is in our case VS Code editor. Do not do anything directly on the UI side. So do not make changes here directly or in the Lambda function through the AWS cloud. Okay, so this one is deployed successfully, and you can see the message full build successful. Now let's say open Magic Man.
Welcome. You can say hello or help. Which would you like to try?
So now let's go back to the code open up index.js from the Lambda, and here let's make a change. So let's say welcome, I am Magic Man. You can ask me to turn on or off the light. Save it and deploy it, and deploy it again. Okay, so deployment is done. Let's test it again. I'm just going to refresh it, and let's say open Magic Man.
Welcome, I am Magic Man. You can ask me to turn on/off the light.
So you see, whatever we are changing in the code, it's getting reflected here. So let's proceed from here in the next tutorial. Thank you. Request you to please like my video and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you.